Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now yesterday, President William Samoei Ruto was in a church in Kitui County for a Sunday service. And in that service, of course, we saw also most of the Wiper Party leaders attending the service with the president, including even the Machakos governor moved all the way from Machakos to Kitui County. Of course, Kitui governor and other leaders attended the service. That one will be a topic for another day. What I want to focus on is what William Ruto said in Kitui and the response from the ODM chairman John Mbadi. That's what I want to focus on. And of course also reaction from the UDA leaders, or we can say UDA members of parliament. Now the first thing Ruto talked about was that he is looking on a way they can stop borrowing from outside and have a program whereby they can have enough resources collected within and run the government. And of course, if it is borrowing, then it should be internal borrowing and not external borrowing. That was according to William Samoei Ruto. Listen to him shortly, and after that, we will check on the response from John Mbadi.
The borrower is a slave to the lender. Hii mnaelewa? Yule ambaye amekopesha ni mtumwa ya ule mwenye ambaye anakopesha mwenzake. So we do not want our nation to be in debt. Saa hii tuko na madeni tunalipa shilingi trilioni moja karibu na milioni 400 bilioni 400 kila mwaka. So lazima tusimamishe mambo ya kukopa mapesa ya watu wengine na tuanze kutafuta pesa zetu.
After William Ruto's remarks on stopping the external borrowing, the ODM chairman John Mbadi responded to William Ruto. Listen to him shortly, and at the tail end, I will explain to you what John Mbadi means by his statement.
But now, speaking to Ruto, me, I have no problem. If Ruto wants to come to Homa Bay, he's the president of this country. Let him come. Let him come. Let Ruto come with development. We don't want excuses. We are not telling him to go away. He promised to come back here for housing project. We are ready. Let him come to Homa Bay. But once he comes, it should not be lies. Let him tell us the truth. Let me tell you something about the economic policy of Ruto. Because I'm an economist, I'm a finance expert. I understand finance from Ilambonya Kapoduchi. Hello? Ruto is talking of not borrowing money externally, that he wants to create a pool of wealth within the country where we borrow money. That in simple English is domestic borrowing. But the CS Finance, who was vetted the other day, said he's going to retire domestic debts. Now, who is telling us the truth? A government that is conflicted.
Now, number two, Ruto did not stop there. After the issue of borrowing, he went further to talk about how his government is planning to construct 100 mega dams in this country and other many sand dams. That means at least 100 dams, but sand dams will be more than 100. So maybe you are talking about more than 200 sand dams and something beyond that.
Nimetangaza ya kwamba tutajenga dam zile kubwa 100 katika taifa letu la Kenya. Lakini tutajenga zile ndogo nyingi kwa sababu tunataka ku harvest water at every level. And I agree with your county governor that we should be able to have sand dams and other dams at every level ndio tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba wananchi wanapata maji ya matumizi nyumbani, maji ya mifugo na vile vile maji ya irrigation ndio tuweze kuzalisha.
Now, John Mbadi is questioning the issue of constructing 100 dams and those other sand dams that Ruto is talking about. Because according to John Mbadi, 1 mega dam will take to a tune of 50 billion shillings to have such kind of a dam Ruto is talking about. And therefore you are multiplying 50 by 100 dams, and that will give you 5 trillion. Besides this, we are talking about other sand dams, so the other small dams. So the question is the country able to do that?
He is promising 100 dams in 5 years. Do you know the cost of a dam, or is he talking about water pond? Water pond. Is that a pond or a dam? A dam, a good dam. Like, hello? Like the one we want to construct Korusoi. Like the Aurora and Kimwaren, whose funds they ate. Such dams cost 50 billion shillings. 50 times 100 is 5 trillion. Meaning every year, Ruto will be budgeting 1 trillion for dams only. In a budget of 3 trillion, does that make sense? And if you are still optimistic, you must be a fool. There is no optimism in this government. I'm telling you for free. And Ruto should know that now today is the 40th day. That Prime Minister of England, of the UK, who resigned on the 45th day because she could not deliver. Ruto has only 5 days and we are asking him to resign because he shall have not delivered.
For those who are watching and have not yet subscribed, my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers, and on comment, and all people who have joined the membership, thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. For those who want to join the membership, just press on the join button. It will take you through, and of course you can join. Back to our discussion. Now, what is emerging is that we are moving from campaign politics to politics of development and oversight. So, what we are seeing as of now, we are seeing Azimio side which is ready to oversight William Samoei Ruto and tell the Kenyans the truth about his government. And we are seeing William Ruto is also determined to at least show Kenyans that he's trying to do something. But besides this, again, if you look on the response from William Ruto allies, it also tells you that these people are not comfortable to have someone who will check the kind of job they are doing. They are not comfortable even with the answers John Mbadi is asking, questions John Mbadi is asking William Samoei Ruto. And I want us to go through the post by Didmas Baraza. In fact, Didmas Baraza went to an extent of sharing the video of John Mbadi, and this is what he said. I nominated the MP asking the president to resign. Listen, Honorable John Mbadi, how many of Uhuru's promise weren't delivered? If we can't be optimistic about government, then it means we can only be hopeless and pessimistic. Stop being too bitter. Just accept that the fact that William Samoei Ruto is the president and move on. Stop all this early criticism you directing to the government which is not yet even 4 months old. If you can't beat them, join them. Ruto the 5th president. Look at the response from Didmas Baraza. So it tells you even is trying to shut down John Mbadi from saying the truth or from criticizing William Samoei Ruto. But in 1 month, Ruto is saying that he's ready for the opposition to criticize and correct him. But when they does that, his allies come out and bless him to shut down the Azimio side. So, but if you go deep into what John Mbadi is talking about, the truth of the matter is that from the issue of borrowing, you stop borrowing money from outside, and then you talk about collecting resources and use the resources to do development. The truth of the matter is that the resources we are collecting is not enough if we want to focus on major development like the dams is talking about, construction of roads, schools, and all those other things. It can never be. And if we go into the direction Ruto is heading to, because some time back I heard him saying that he will start a program whereby they can borrow internally rather than borrowing externally. So what Ruto is trying to make here is that his point is that he wants to have a situation whereby Kenya as a government is going to borrow internally. Who are these people who are going to lend this money? When his government is saying, he's talking about retiring the external debt. So if they're going to borrow internally, I mean, we have seen his cabinet. We have people who have billions of shillings. And William Samoei Ruto himself is on that line. And I checked in the news, we're talking about a cabinet that has about 15 billion. Now, Ruto na Gachagua. That tells you that Ruto maybe is planning on how now they will be using their own money to lend to the government and earn profit from it. People like himself who are doing their own business. People are, in fact, he's running a bank also. So instead of his bank lending money to small scale and medium enterprise, Mama Mboga, Boda Boda, the hustler, then those banks is going to lend money direct to the government because they are sure of the security of that money. Unajua ukipea mtu pesa ni wewe ufuatilie. There's no surety. Even if hata kama iko, it is not enough to assure you. Unless you are building a strong relation there and you are sure of that. So government will start giving money to the government. But people who are in business here will lack money to borrow. And you see, this is against Kibaki. Kibaki was borrowing from outside, and the banks had enough money to hawk. They were hawking money outside here to people. They are giving you loan. They are trying to, because they have much money, nazimekatu. So you start giving out money, and people start doing business to earn money. That's the point Mbadi is directed to. The issue of dams. What we understand is that William Ruto is good when it comes to issue of giving promises. And he give big promises, like he will deliver it tomorrow. And he will make you to believe that. But the truth is that delivering what he has said is the biggest syndrome in William Ruto's government. He is in government now. He has not fulfilled the dams, the promise with Ruto. Not dams actually, stadiums. Now he's talking about 100 dams. I want to tell you, even if Ruto will have 10 years, 100 dams will never be delivered. Ruto is simply lying. Unless if he's going to deliver what is Mbadi is talking about, the small dams, sand dams, those small ones. Maybe those ones can be delivered. But this one, with the kind of economy we are having, people don't have money. It can never be delivered. So I agree with John Mbadi. Thank you, but I want to listen to your views. Let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation.